క్లోజ్ చేసేయాలి మేడం అది. ఇది తీసేస్తాం కదా. ఇది ఫోటోలో తీసుకుంటున్నా, ఒక ఫోటో తీసుకున్నాను మేడం. సుమలత మేడం ఒక ఫోటో తీయండి. స్క్రీన్ పైన ఉన్నాగానే తీసేస్తాను. జీపీఎస్ స్టూడెంట్స్.
రికార్డింగ్ ప్రసాద్ ప్రేయర్ రికార్డింగ్ చూడండి. టెస్ట్ చేయండి సార్. ఎట్లా టెస్ట్ చేయాలి? మీరు కూడా జాయిన్ అయ్యండి. వాళ్ళకి చెప్పినాం కదా జాయిన్ అవుతామని రెండింటితో.
మేడం తీస్తారా?
ఎడిట్ చేసి ఉన్నాను. ఇది కూడా ఒకటి తీసి అది ఎడిట్ చేసింది. లైట్ ఉంటే ఉండని తీయండి. అక్కడ నుంచి తీయండి. పిల్లలు కూడా ఉంది. ఇక్కడ స్టార్ట్
మన స్క్రీన్ పెట్టండి.
మైక్ ఆన్ చేయమండి. ఆడియో ఆన్ లో ఉంది.
ఆన్ లో ఉంది మేడం. చెప్పండి.
హలో, గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ సార్.
Good afternoon.
సార్
Yeah, please start. Proceed.
సార్ స్క్రీన్ మీద ఈ బ్రోచర్ పెట్టమని చెప్పండి సార్.
No, that is only. Yeah.
ఓకే ఓకే రైట్. Sir, it is my pleasure. Hello. Good afternoon, a very warm afternoon to all of you. It is my pleasure, indeed pleasure, in inviting our principal. Our principal, beloved principal, is already here. Sir, madam is here only. Dr. Sunita madam. Madam is also, we are fortunate that madam is also a physics lecturer. Okay. Today we will start the program with the prayer song, sir. Please play the. Uh,
So now our address by the President. I'm very happy and I'm welcoming you all to this event. That is a global event actually. All of us are suffering globally. That is depletion of ozone layer. So every year, September 16, we did celebrated World Ozone Day. In this occasion, we always remember the great philanthropist, Sri Juvaji Sithananda Garu, who donated the land to this college nearly 14 acres of land. So, with all the stakeholders, pay gratitude to him on this. And I a warm welcome to the students and staff of our college who are attending offline, and all the dignitaries and other students who are attending through online. Today's webinar, that is the significance of ozone layer. And I thank the Department of Physics and the Chemistry for organizing this webinar, which is very important. But to get a good life without any problem, ozone layer is very, very important. Also, I congratulate Dr. Pandit Madam Garu, lecturer in physics and in charge of the department, and Sonata Garu, lecturer in physics, and Sriya Govindaraju Garu, in charge of the chemistry department, for organizing this seminar. So, my personal thanks, while to do this seminar, they have done a lot of homework regarding this. And my heartfelt thanks to the honorable speakers of today's webinar, the eminent personalities. Really, we are very fortunate to know what is the significance of ozone layer and how to prevent the depletion of ozone layer through our speakers. First speaker, Sri T. Vijay Kumar Garu. Dr. K. Jayachandra Garu, President of Pure Earth Foundation, Hyderabad. And second speaker, Sri T. Vijay Kumar Garu, IAS retired, former Special Secretary, Government of Telangana. Spending their time and sharing knowledge to our small institution. I am very happy that the eminent personalities may give us a lot of information about ozone layer. And also, actually, World Ozone Day is a global event, already we know that. And the theme of this day, that is Ozone Day, on September 16th, we have holiday, public holiday, so that we are celebrating today, that is on 29, 2024. So the theme of this day, this year is advancing climatic action. So this is the theme, and the slogan for for this ozone day is ozone pattern. Ozone is pattern. So the ozone layer is one of the layers in the atmosphere from the ground of the earth. So it is at a distance from the ground of the earth from 12 kilometers to 30 kilometers. So the entire ozone layer in the stratosphere, the stratosphere is at a distance of 12 kilometers from the ground to 30 kilometers. The ozone layer consisting of O3. O3 is the oxygen atoms are 3. O3 is a molecule. So it is a reactive gas in the ozone layer, which is preventing the lives of all who are living on the earth. So the earth is having a shield or an umbrella is nothing but ozone layer. The ozone layer, what are the importance of ozone layer? So finally, the 5 important characteristics are having ozone layer. The ozone layer, it absorbs the UV radiation coming from the sun. Not only entire UV radiation, a part of UV radiation that is UVB, which is very harmful for living things. And it allows the light towards the earth to live also for photosynthesis. So, and also the sunlight which is coming from sun through ozone layer, it will used to charge the solar panels and other things. And also the ozone layer, which is very important for human lives and other living things. But slowly it is depleting and due to global warming. So how to reduce global warming? How to prevent the ozone layer? So these are the topics of webinar. Let us hear from our eminent personalities, and also I thank the speakers of today's event. Once again, I thank all. Thank you very much. Next. I request Dr. Pandey Madam to present the biodata of Dr. K. Jayachandra.
Can I see, we see you on the screen, sir? Sir, Jayachandra, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you, we can see you. And
yes.
we heard the madam's message. Thank you, Principal Madam. So you had a very good introduction on this today topic.
It is my pleasure in reading the profile of our beloved Jayachandra sir. I am indeed very thankful to sir for accepting this invitation of this program. Just to have the brief profile of sir. Sir is a scientific consultant and resource person in geospatial technologies with education. And his educational qualifications are, he did his MSc Physics, then MTech in Remote Sensing and GIS, and PhD in Integrated Urban Development. Now, currently, Sir is the President of Pure Earth Foundation, Regional Director, at Center for Environment and Development, CEO of Global Information Technologies, former advisor to Center for Innovation in Public Systems, and he is the BOS member for YSR Architecture and Fine Arts University. And not only that, he is the BOS member of RISE Krishna Sai Prakasham Group of Institutions. As a resource person, he has delivered many lectures like at Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, Mussoorie, Dr. Merchant Institute, Telangana, NIRD Engineering Staff College of India, Telangana Academy of Land Information and Management, Military College of Electronics and Mechanical Engineering, Judicial Academy of Telangana, Regional Training Institute of Indian Audit and Academic Department. His profile is very long. Let me cover all. He has published 14 research papers. 14 research papers in geospatial technology based application and guided more than 100 academic projects for MTech and BTech students. And he has organized 10 national conferences as convener. He has provided consultancy services in geospatial technologies to more than 30 organizations, departments of the state and central governments, and executed 3 World Bank assisted projects as a team leader and consultant. Sir, your profile is very large. I have cut it down. Please record. And let us start the. Let us hear your talk. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And one more thing, sir. Sir is my just senior in MSc. That is, I am very much fortunate for his guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Parveen. And thank you, Principal Madam. So first, let me congratulate the entire team of your college who have taken this initiation. This kind of celebrating the international days, particularly related to this environment and the present topic, particularly the significance of ozone, which is very, very important for all walks of life, not only humans, to every living organ, living things are the biolife on planet Earth. So, present at this Nandikotpur Government Degree College, and faculty is there, and also the respected audience who joined online today for this program. So I welcome you all, and a warm good afternoon to everyone. Actually, Sri Vijay Kumar has to start this with his lecture. Sir is on way, he is traveling. I hope he will join before this program concludes. Let me share my screen. And before entering into this, today's topic, already the convener of this program, Parveen, Dr. Parveen, requested me that, sir, you must speak something in Telugu also. And the program, because it is for these students of this government degree college, physics and chemistry students, any other department students present over there. So I welcome all students who are present there. So I'll try to start few things with Telugu. Then maybe because there is audience, I have seen in the list there participating from various states and even other country also. So certainly the core topic will be in English only. We don't worry. But I just want to give two good things in Telugu for these students who are there today. And I will request them to try to understand everything because this is a scientific topic. Then they should understand the whole thing in that universal language. So to start with, few things I will tell them. So ఇవాళ ఈ ఓజోన్ సిగ్నిఫికెన్స్, ఓజోన్ లేయర్ ప్రాముఖ్యత గురించి డిస్కస్ చేసే ముందు 2 విషయాలు నేను ఇక్కడ ప్రస్తావిస్తాను మీ పర్టికులర్లీ స్టూడెంట్స్ కోసం. ఒకటి ఏంటంటే, ఒక అని చెప్పి మేము చదువుకునే రోజుల్లో ఆయన ఒక మంచి ప్రవచనకర్త. ఆయన ఒక మాట అన్నారు, అంటే ఎదుటి వ్యక్తి ఏ పని చేస్తే నువ్వు బాధపడతావో ఆ పని నువ్వు చేయకూడదు. సింపుల్ థింగ్. ఇది అందరికీ వర్తిస్తుంది. ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి కూడా మనం విల్ సఫర్, we feel bad, we feel pain by the deeds of someone else. And what is that we should do is, we should not do the same thing to anybody. That is what is in English. Already Telugu అని చెప్పాను కదా. సో ఎదుటి వ్యక్తి ఏం చేస్తే మనం బాధపడతామో ఆ పని మనం చేయకూడదు. ఇది ఆయన నుంచి నేను విన్నది. ఈ ప్రస్తావనకి మన టాపిక్ చాలా సంబంధం ఉంది. మనం ఈ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ సిస్టంలో కనీసం ఒక 15 సంవత్సరాల నుంచి 25 సంవత్సరాల వరకు చదువుతూనే ఉంటాం. ఈ మేడం గారు ఈ మధ్యలో డాక్టరేట్ చేశారు. వారికి చాలా ఏళ్ళు పట్టింది లైఫ్ టైంలో. అదే కంటిన్యూస్ గా చేస్తే ఓ 25 సంవత్సరాలు కాకపోతే 30 years లో కూడా పిహెచ్డి తెచ్చుకోవచ్చు. అంటే మన ఎడ్యుకేషన్ కూడా అంటే కొంతమంది డిఫరెంట్ లెవెల్స్ లో మనం చాలా ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఇస్తాం జీవితంలో. అల్టిమేట్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఏం నేర్చుకున్నారు, ఏం తెలుసుకున్నారు త్రూ యువర్ ఎంటైర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్, వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ యూ లర్న్. పర్టికులర్లీ ఇప్పుడు చిన్న పిల్లల్ని అడిగితే నిన్ను ఎవరు సేవ్ చేస్తారు, ఎవరు నిన్ను కాపాడతారు, ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేస్తారు అంటే ఈ విల్ ఇమీడియట్లీ సే మమ్మీ ఆర్ డాడీ. అది మనిషికే వర్తించదు, ప్రతి జీవరాశి కూడా వర్తిస్తుంది. కుక్క పిల్లను కుక్క ఆ కోడి కాపాడుతుంది. బట్ మనం చదువుకుంటూ ఎంత చదువు చదివినా కూడా మనల్ని కాపాడడానికి ఏదో మన గవర్నమెంట్ ఉందో, లేదా మనకు ఒక సిస్టమ్ ఉంది, లేకపోతే మా ఫాదర్ ఉన్నారు, లేకపోతే మా ఇంట్లో పలానా ఉన్నారు, లేదా మా ఊరు పెద్దగా ఆయన ఉన్నారు, లేకపోతే ఈ పరిపాలిస్తున్న రాజు ఉన్నారు, లేకపోతే ఇప్పుడున్న గవర్నమెంట్ ఒకప్పటి రాజులు, ఇదంతా కూడా ఇదే సిస్టమ్. కానీ ఇంత చదువుకున్న హూ ఈస్ ది రియల్ సేవియర్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ అస్ అనేది రియలైజ్ అయ్యేది చాలా తక్కువ మంది భూమి మీద. అసలు రియలైజ్ అవ్వాల్సింది ముందు హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్. సో ఈ 2 విషయాలు అంటే who is the ultimate saver of everybody on this planet Earth. Okay, so now I hope you will understand. ఎందుకునంటే నేను ఈ స్లైడ్ మళ్ళీ చూపిస్తాను, ఇంకొక స్లైడ్ చూపిస్తాను. And let us start from here, try to understand in English, because I should not discourage my audience joined from online. అండ్ మీరందరూ కూడా మంచి ఇంగ్లీష్ మీడియం చదువుకునే పిల్లలు, I try to understand here. ఈ ఒక్క స్లైడ్ మనకు will give us some interesting facts, particularly from the last 1 or 2 decades. So decade means a 10-year period. So 1 or 2 decades, we are talking about this environment everywhere, every program, every education system, every government program, national, state, from village level to international. We will talk about environment and its importance, particularly earth environment. So this one slide will give us some wonderful information. If you see this slide, the figures mentioned here, they are the average surface temperature. It is not the temperature recorded at some place, at your place or my place or somebody. It is an average surface temperature on various planets which are part of solar system.
Jayachandra garu, sorry
Sir.
to interrupt you. Slides are not visible, sir.
Oh. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yeah, now it's fine. You can make it full screen if possible.
No, okay, right. Yeah, if it is visible now, it is fine. So, if you look at these figures, the content in this, all the planets except Earth, planet Earth. You see the top 2 are too hot. Nothing can survive there. Everything will melt at 430 degrees Celsius. That is the average. It is, these figures are average surface temperatures on different planets, which are part of solar system or solar family. So either they are too hot that nothing can survive at that temperature, or they are too cool. Again, nothing can survive. So either it is extreme hot or extreme cool. So these extreme conditions are not allowing any life to exist in these planets. Second thing is, now when you check the planet Earth, the 16 degree is the average surface temperature. Okay. But if you check the different centuries, okay, 19th century, it was 13.7 degrees centigrade, and 20th century, it was raised to 14.9, more than 1 degree. Then we are in this 21st century, from that means 2000 onwards. So we have to wait till this century, 100 years, to check this century's average surface temperature. But already in the year 2001, July itself, that means very first year of this century, July itself reached to 15.8 degrees centigrade. And of course, if you see in the website today, the surface temperature is 15 degrees only. Average surface temperature on planet Earth today is 15 degrees centigrade. So that means it fluctuates. It will rise, it will come down, and because that's why it is an average. So in summer it will be peak, and some other seasons, winter, rainy seasons, it will be low. And some part of the world it is too hot, some part of the world it is too cold. Overall Earth surface temperature. Don't compare that. Sir, we never experienced 16 degrees, sir is telling. At Nandikotpur, we never had 16 degrees. We are always there above 30 or 40, somewhere like this. No, but this is called average planet Earth surface temperature. It is not temperature pertaining to one place on the Earth. This is the beautiful environmental condition that is allowing the biolife to exist on the only planet Earth. That's why life on only planet Earth. This is the reason. Why not in other planets? You see the same, the surface temperature conditions. It's either extreme hot or extreme cold. which cannot support life system. Even if you see this graph, you will see the 2023 so far. That means so far from the history, 2023 stood top in the surface temperature on planet Earth. So this is the that means if this surface temperature increases by few, maybe 1 degree, half degree, that is called global warming. So everywhere people talks on a topic called global warming. With global warming, what is the result? What is the impact? What is the consequences? That is called climate change. With global warming, climate change will happen. So either a continuous drought or a continuous rains. So again, it is in extreme situations. So this type of phenomena is going to happen on planet Earth. Both are dangerous. You have seen very recently the flood system. Within few hours, if 1 year average rainfall will be received in 1 day, how you can handle it? How you can survive in that situation? That is what happened very recently in both Telangana and Andhra, in the Khammam and that Vijayawada regions. We have observed the huge rainfall within short period causing floods there. So this kind of climatic conditions, climatic impacts will be observed if you don't maintain the earth surface temperature uniformly. So what is the reason? Another interesting thing is how this kind of beautiful environment, beautiful surface temperature being maintained at Earth planet only, why not in other planets? Then we should understand one interesting thing. I will skip few slides, but again I'll come back here. First, we should understand this slide. So there is a direct relation with what we understood from that first slide. The surface temperature on planet Earth is so comfortable or amicable for biolife when compared with other planets. We will first understand some important things. There are all science students, either physics or chemistry students. All of you can understand this. See, not only to planet Earth, for all the planets of solar system, sun is the source of energy. It is source of energy. What energy it will emit and what type of matter there, the physics students might have learned, or the chemistry student in their intermediate 10th class, 9th class, all school level also they might have learned. So we have the matter, particularly physics students, 3 states of matter: solid, liquid, gaseous states. Now there is a 4th state of matter, because it is not a physical class, or if you are having mic, you can answer that. What is that 4th state of matter? And that is there on the planet Earth. That is called plasma. So, which is where the matter is in a excited state of environment. It emits continuously radiation, continuous energy. That energy we call it electromagnetic radiation, because it has both electric and magnetic components. Another way, simplest way is this electromagnetic radiation, it will spread or passes like a wave and like a ray. It has got dual nature, wave nature and ray nature. So therefore, this radiation coming from the sun will be distributed, will pass through all the planets. Now, one important point for this lecture before we understand ozone here, this is very important. What are the radiation? What kind of radiation is coming out from this sun surface? This is the picture here. So, one side we call cosmic rays, gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet rays, then visible, infrared, microwave, radio wave, and longer than that radio waves. This many variety of waves will be coming out from sun. The radiation is having such a variety of wavelength and frequency. Here, if you see one end, that is why I started with cosmic ray. The wavelength is too small. You add with next to T some 1,000 zeros also, 1,000 O also, too small. How much small it is? For example, I give a small example so that everybody will understand. 1 millimeter, if you divide into 1,000 parts, this much only we can visualize. 1 millimeter is the least thing that a human eye can count it. If a millimeter is divided into 1,000 parts, can we visualize that? We can't visualize. That is equal to 10 to the power of -6 micrometer. That means a part which is 1,000 part of a millimeter is equal to 10 to the power of -6 micrometers, it is called. That means that much wavelength. Now, if you see these cosmic rays and all, it is not 10 to the power of -6. It is 10 to the power of 18, 10 to the power of 16, like this. That means, again, I will say a millimeter divided into few lakhs or crores parts. Then we imagine what is the wavelength. You can't even define, you can't even visualize, imagine that. Such a tiny wavelength, one end of this radiation of sun radiation with a small tiny wavelength, and you see the other end, the long wavelength region of the spectrum, where it will be 10 to the power of 8 is here. It is 10 to the power of 8 here, 10 to the power of 6 here radio waves, and this end will be beyond 10 to the power of 8. It may be 10 to the power of 12 or 10 to the power of 15, 16 like this. I will give 10 to the power of 6 only. 10 to the power of 6 means 6 micrometers means is equal to 1 kilometer. So one wavelength at 10 to the power of +6 is 1 kilometer wavelength. And imagine how many kilometers wavelength 10 to the power of 12 or 15 like this. So the sun is emitting such a wide range of waves or energy with wavelength, very small to very long wavelengths. And very interesting point here is this very small wavelengths and this very long wavelengths will travel with the same speed. How this is? Because if this wavelength is too small, the frequency is too high. Too small wavelength multiplied by too big value of frequency, then velocity is equal to n lambda. So the frequency into wavelength, one is huge value, one is small value. Similarly, in the other side, the wavelength is huge value, the frequency is less frequency. So that the entire radiation will travel with the same speed, which is equal to speed of light. So you have got it. Now, out of this entire radiation, there is a narrow band which is 10 to the power of -4 micrometers to 10 to the power of 7 minus 7. 10 to the power of 10 to the power of 4. 10 to the power of -4 to -7 micrometers. It is 400 to 700 nanometers. A small narrow band. This much band is causing sensation to human eye. This is called light. So that means what is that we should learn here is, out of this entire radiation coming out from sun, what is that human eye can see is only this portion. Our eye can see only this small portion, small narrow band of this radiation that causing sensation to human eye. You will see the entire world with this frequencies or with this wavelengths only. And this is one conclusion. Second important thing is, out of this entire radiation coming from sun, is it reaching the surface of Earth or not? This is one important knowledge everyone should have. So the entire bands of EM radiation coming out from sun will be reaching the surface of Earth or not? The answer is not. Surface of Earth will not receive all these radiation, Then what is that it receive? What is that it won't receive? Here the picture itself is very clearly this color, light red color. This is the portion. This is the radiation which is having tiny wavelength, very small wavelength and huge frequency, very high frequency. This portion is not reaching surface of Earth. From light, then infrared, then microwaves, then radio waves, then long wavelengths. Only this green portion is reaching the surface of Earth. So this one important clarity one should understand. This will answer why life is there on planet Earth. So now to add a few points here, 1.1 clarity is this high frequency or low wavelength part is not reaching surface of Earth. From light to long wavelength is reaching surface of Earth. What happened? Why this is not reaching surface of Earth? So this is, as already told, it is tiny wavelength, too low wavelength that cannot penetrate through ozone cloud. So here we are coming across ozone layer, ozone cloud. Okay, so this ozone, Madam already introduced, given beautiful explanation on ozone, O3. We will learn little more because Madam spent few minutes and I was given much time. So I will certainly try to give more in detail about that. So here, it is not, don't imagine, don't visualize like ozone is like a layer, a kind of a coat. It is not a thin layer or a thick layer or a kind of 1 meter, 2 meter width. It is a cloud spread over kilometers together. For example, in the month of December end or the January month, we see the fog. We see the fog in winter season. So in the mornings, when you come outside from your house, from your bedroom, and it is a fog is there everywhere, fog is there. What you can see, if there is no fog, you can see a house there in front of your house, or a vehicle parked there, or anything, whatever the real objects that are there, you will see directly everything in the absence of fog. But in a foggy day, you cannot see a building which is just a few meters away, or a vehicle parked a few meters away. That vehicle is not seen completely. You cannot see a building or a vehicle or object, anything which is situated at certain distance from you. You cannot see it. Why? This is, if you understand this, you can understand here also what ozone, like our fog, the ozone cloud, what it is doing there, what action, you can understand here. For example, I hope your physics teachers might have told you, what do you mean by sensing? Nowadays, every of you is having a mobile phone, smartphone, and everybody takes yourself a selfie photos, or whichever you like, you will take photograph. Already, beginning of our program, there was a photograph, a geotagged photograph we have taken. So that there is a photograph witness. That photograph will tell it is a reality, a reliable information that so-and-so event, so-and-so thing happened at this time, this date, and this location. Is a universal address there. Because lat long will tell the location, the time and date will tell when it happened. So this is called the information, today's modern world. And that is a geotagged photo. Either geotagged photo or normal photo. Everybody takes pictures. What is that you understood? A photograph taken by a non-physics student or a common man on the road is something different. But a physics student and physics staff and physics people like us, we are all belong to physics. So if we are taking picture, we should understand what is that we are doing. What is mean by that photography? What is that? The same principle is there. What you see also, what your camera, mobile camera does, your eyes is also doing same job. What is that? What is that camera and your eyes are doing is the radiation emitted by the objects in front of. Now you are sitting and seeing your dais, your faculty, principal, madam sitting there, you are seeing. And madam, the dignitaries who are there on the dais is watching you and all the objects in the classroom. That what is that you people are exchanging, seeing. Everyone is the radiation emitted by the objects which are in front of you. That is what is your eye doing, what is your camera does. This is called photographic principle. So the radiation emitted by an object will be captured by you. Now here in the case of that foggy day, a building which is there in normal condition, that building emits some radiation and that radiation will be captured by your eye, you can see that object. Now the building is again emitting radiation, but this radiation is not able to penetrate through this fog because it is spread over the entire gap between that building and yourself. You and the building is maybe 100-meter distance. So the radiation emitted from the building is not able to penetrate through the fog and reaching your eye. Therefore, you are not able to see that building. This is the principle. So the same phenomena is happening. These short wavelength bands of electromagnetic radiation coming from sun, they are not able to penetrate through the ozone cloud which is spread over kilometers. So the short wavelength radiation is not able to penetrate through the ozone cloud, and the first radiation that can penetrate comes out of this ozone cloud is visible radiation, that is called light. By chance, if light is also not able to penetrate through ozone cloud, then there is no life on planet Earth. That's another bad environment condition. Because light is the life for everything, particularly the entire vegetation on the surface of Earth. Madam also mentioned photosynthesis, one word. That is the phenomena for the vegetation to live on this planet. Then with zero vegetation, what human being can eat? What animals can eat? Nothing. That means everything is interconnected. So light is able, fortunate. We are very fortunate. That means the planet Earth is very fortunate that a beautiful environment, a beautiful radiation or energy from sun is entered into Earth atmosphere after passing through ozone cloud. I always mention that word cloud only, not layer. Because layer gives us a feeling of a thin kind of thing. So thickness will matter there. Now it is almost spread that entire stratosphere. We will understand what is that sphere. Now this is not completed because this radiation, imagine if ozone layer is not there, this radiation is also will reach the surface of Earth. Then what happens? Imagine we are all familiar with X-rays because whenever we break our leg, break our anything body part, we'll go to hospital, immediately that doctor will say, get X-ray. And if you go to X-ray, by the time you sit properly, he will say just over. Because the exposure is fraction of seconds. Second itself is, you can visualize what is second. But the exposure is fraction of seconds only. By the time you sit, he will say over. That's all. That means the X-rays are exposed on your body for fraction of seconds. If the X-rays are exposed for few and minute or few minutes, then your body will not be there, will not survive. Not one, we are talking about X-rays. What about gamma rays, which are further short wavelength and very high frequency, and gamma rays which are beyond cosmic rays, beyond gamma rays. So all these short wavelength radiation are very, very harmful to not only human body, every living object. Short wavelength, nothing but very high frequency. So what happens? This radiation will smash through your body, will pass through everything. So this is the reason, the complete radiation, including this, the low wavelength and high frequency, and this, or you can say the red and green, the entire are harmful and are the other useful, harmful and useful radiation. The both radiation will be reaching the surface of all other planets. Therefore, no life will exist, because this will smash anything that exists on that planet Earth. Why Venus, Mercury, they are like a iron ball. Our Mars is there. Can you see any vegetation there? No. You see any water there? No. What is that? Bare soil. Because anything with a biolife will be smashed by this radiation. It will kill. So it will erase any life on that. Therefore, there is only planet Earth which has got this environment, that means a condition, an environment and temperature condition suitable for formation of O3 there. That is called ozone. We will understand detail next. So one important thing, what is that we learned from this slide is, the sun is the source of radiation energy for all the planets, not only Earth, for all the planets. But only Earth will receive the useful radiation from the complete radiation of sun energy, and the ozone layer not allowing, it is not emitting back, it is not allowing, or the short wavelengths are failed to penetrate. They are failed to penetrate. That is the actual phenomena happening. They are not able to penetrate through ozone cloud, because if the ozone cloud is spread over kilometers together, like same way the foggy day, why you can't see? Because the radiation from that object is not able to reach your eye. This concept, the short wavelengths are stopped there, and from light to remaining long wavelengths are entered into Earth atmosphere. Therefore, life is there on planet Earth, and the entire radiation is reaching other planets. Therefore, there is no life. Another thing, this will raise the temperature also in that planets. Now I will go back to this thing. Now let us understand what are these different, atmosphere layers from the surface of Earth. From surface of Earth, the first 10 kilometers, see, don't be stick to, suppose if I say 0 to 10 in this picture, it is written as 0 to 12-18 something. Somewhere if you read, it will be 0 to 10 kilometers, 0 to 15 kilometers. So don't worry, because it is only because that's a continuous phenomena. So we can only take up some average limit, that's all. So don't stick to only 10 kilometer, only 12 kilometer. One book says 13 kilometer, one book says 15 kilometer. Don't worry. Approximately from 10 kilometer onwards, let us say, up to 10 kilometer, we call it troposphere. This is a wonderful layer where atmosphere has got the entire oxygen. We have got, you can understand in this slide, what is this troposphere consist? This is the things. 78% nitrogen, 20.9% oxygen, and the other minor percentages by other gases. And this kind of gases, molecules or gases are not present in the stratosphere. Now you see, this is the entire atmosphere. Total mass means atmosphere constitute what are there, water droplets, the cloud formation, the whatever dust particle, everything will be present in this first 10 kilometer or 12 to 14 kilometer, that is called troposphere. And here the entire cloud formation, rain, the entire weather changes, everything is within this troposphere, within this layer only, close to the surface of Earth. And this is the beautiful gaseous molecule suitable for breathing. For example, if you go beyond that 15 kilometers and enter into stratosphere, here ozone layer is there. The beginning of the stratosphere or the first half of the stratosphere, it will range from 50 kilometers. From this 10 to 50, it is stratosphere. Here approximately is given 0 to 10 here. So almost 50% of the stratosphere or 30-40% of stratosphere beginning next to troposphere is ozone cloud. So that is why, because it is spread at least a few kilometers, therefore that short wavelength could not penetrate through. Okay, this is the arrangement there. Now here, the kind of what we breathe here, this type of oxygen is not present in stratosphere. Here, this is called O3, means it is also oxygen, oxygen atom, another oxygen atom, another oxygen atom. 3 atoms of oxygen is O3, 2 atoms of oxygen is O2. If 2 atoms of oxygen is suitable for breathing, 3 atoms is not suitable, because it is like, a diluted oxygen. Oxygen density levels is also very, very important in breathing. Otherwise, suppose the oxygen what you breathe with some kind of density, if the density is diluted, which is happening in ozone gases, that is not suitable for breathing. You cannot breathe that. You cannot breathe it. That is why if you go up and up beyond 10-15 kilometers, that breathing is not suitable for breathing, not only a human being, any living thing, which depends on oxygen for lifeline. So here, and this entire thing is safe for our air travel, transport, everything, all this. This is the beautiful atmosphere in that the first layer called troposphere. Below this ozone layer without any harmful radiation. Now, for example, what is the present day, the prime topic today? What is causing to deplete this ozone layer? What action is depleting this ozone layer? And by depleting, what happens? If the ozone layer is depleted, the harmful radiation, what I told in the previous slide here, if the ozone layer is depleted, this radiation will enter into the atmosphere. Again, it is a killing radiation. We can say it is a killing radiation. So we cannot survive there. Now, once again, I will take to this slide here. Yeah, this is one interesting slide. Now, it is little more in-depth knowledge. How ozone is forming, how ozone forms. Ozone, see, we are breathing oxygen here. Everybody, you, me, whoever is there on planet Earth, on the surface, we are able to breathe with oxygen, which is called O2. It is a molecular state. My chemistry students is very comfortable in understanding what is atomic state and molecular state. So the O2 is a molecular oxygen. O2 means molecular oxygen. When it interacts with sunlight, it splits into oxygen atoms. And these oxygen atoms may again form either O2 or O3. There is a possibility of O2 and O3. But you may ask, sir, where we are sitting here also oxygen is there, here also sunlight is there. Here also oxygen is there, here also sunlight is there. But why ozone is not forming here is a good question. But unfortunately, you are not asking, and I don't know the environment you have got opportunity to ask. Here, now I will tell here one thing, I will show you. This will give an answer here. This will give answer here. What is this? This is the answer. Our question is, why the oxygen molecule interacting with sunlight breaks into atomic oxygen and forming ozone molecule, is not happening nearer to the surface because this, what is that you see here? The average surface temperature is this 15 degrees. Average surface close to surface is already we learned in the first slide, 15 degrees. And you go up the entire troposphere from surface to top 10 kilometers, it will be reducing. The temperature is reduced. And where is the stratosphere? Stratosphere starts with minus 50 degrees centigrade, minus 50 degrees. So that kind of temperature, that sunlight, see, sunlight with very low temperature. Now, what is the sunlight here? Now, if you go outside the classroom and there is no tree there, you can't stand for more than 10 minutes because it is hot. Though we are in the month of September, it is very hot today. What is the reason? Because you will receive light, along with light, IR, infrared also. Infrared is nothing but heat touching your skin. Your eye can see the light, your skin can sense the heat. Therefore, when you stand outside, you feel, you can see, but you can also feel because you are receiving both the radiation. One is light and one is heat. Now, you go suddenly under a tree, then what happens? You feel cool there. What is that phenomena? Here, the heat, which is IR, will be emitted back by the green layer of the tree. 50% of the heat will be emitted back by the tree cover. Therefore, you feel cool under the tree. So, this is called the physics, which you can feel it. You need not read some book. You need not listen to a lecture. It is an experiment that you can feel. Just stand in hot that sunlight where no shadow, no tree, no building outside. You feel what? And you go under a tree shadow, what you feel. That is called an experiment, physical. So 50% heat is emitted back by the vegetation. The green cover of the tree will emit the heat and you feel only little bit cool there compared to open place. So this is how we have to understand that there is a radiation reaching us, but only some radiation we are able to see. So what, again back to here, a beautiful temperature condition at troposphere and stratosphere junction where some minus 50 degrees centigrade, average minus 50, 56 something here, and the light at that temperature is the reason. It is the reason that sunlight is the reason for splitting these oxygen molecules into oxygen atoms. Therefore, that is why at that place only, that means above the troposphere, where some 55, 56 minus centigrade is there, that sunlight is a favoring condition where oxygen molecule can break into atoms. Therefore, it forms ozone molecules there. And this is called a toxic gas, means it's a very light density gas. Here it is written. And this ozone is 90% in the stratosphere and only 10% top layer near the troposphere. It is only just less than 10% and more than 90% in stratosphere. So you understand the ozone, which is at the juncture of this tropo and stratosphere, therefore 90% within the strato and less than 10% within troposphere. So that kind of place where only light and the longer wavelengths are penetrating and reaching surface of Earth. Fine. Now you see here some other interesting things. This ozone concentration, if it is concentration means, for example, that fog day, dense fog and light fog. In light fog, you can see some object. If it is dense, you can't see anything. So that means the concentration is also important. If ozone concentration is less or it is reducing, therefore what happens? If the concentration dilutes, that harmful radiation can penetrate through. So the concentration is also important here. That will be observed by a spectrometer called Dobson, who is the name of a scientist, a physicist. Dobson spectrometer it is called on his name, and that concentration is also measured in Dobson units, or it is per part something is also there. So here you see this a good observation from our information technology. During this period, the concentration was 370 Dobson units. Now 2006 to 2012, some period, this concentration reduced to 200. So if the concentration is reduced, what happens? You see here, there is a observation, 1 to 2% reduction or degradation per every 10 years. The concentration of ozone will be reduced by 1% in every 10 years. So what is the reason for this? This is called observation. What I mentioned here is an observation. So from this period, the concentration levels are different. And from that, the projection is this. Average 1% may be degraded every 10-year period, every decade. Now, what is the reasons for this? This is due to the chemical released by human activity. Now we come to a situation. What is the reason for this? That means the depletion or reduction of concentration in ozone layer. That is called due to the human activity. So the dangerous things are the chlorine, bromine, and these halogens. Of course, CFC is nothing but chlorofluorocarbons. So these CFCs, these are all the chemicals emitted from our industrial activity. The industries or other vehicular pollution, they contains this kind of chemicals. So if more pollution by vehicular or by industrial pollution, which emits this kind of chemicals, most dangerous out of all this is chlorine. Chlorine is the most dangerous, chemical that will damage this ozone layer. We have to be very careful about using chlorine on surface of Earth. Now you come to this depletion. We will understand little depth here. What do you mean by So we understood here how that ozone will form. Okay, and in a suitable temperature conditions near the two spheres, stratotropospheres. And here you see depletion is another chemical reaction. What is that? The chlorine, you see chlorine, nitrogen, hydrogen, bromine. These are from the surface, from our human activity, industries, vehicular pollution. These gases will reach the ozone layer. If these gases reaches the troposphere, top of the troposphere, that is around 10 kilometers to the surface of Earth. If they reach, what happens? This is the slightly harmful compared to chlorine I told. So you see what happens this reaction. At the same junction where ozone is there, where it is troposphere and stratosphere border with a beautiful minus 50 plus centigrade environmental, the temperature condition, where sunlight is splitting oxygen molecules into atoms. The phenomena of ozone, O3 molecules are forming there. There, this chlorine will join this reaction. The chlorine will participate in this reaction. So, if chlorine is not there, it is called ozone. Ozone is there, very good ozone, with good concentration, and it will protect us from harmful radiation. But the chlorine emitted from industries, from surface of Earth, or from human activity, when it combines or reaches and combines with this equation, it joins. What happens? It will produce oxygen plus chlorine monoxide, which is very, very dangerous chlorine monoxide is the dangerous element. What is this chlorine monoxide does is, you see here, one molecule of chlorine monoxide can destroy 10,000 to 1 lakh ozone molecules. So this one statement you remember, that means this simple phenomena from our human activity, the harmful gases, chlorine, nitrogen, hydrogen, bromine like this, out of which chlorine is most dangerous, which will reach this troposphere and stratosphere, where the ozone formation is happening. That means sunlight combined with oxygen and producing ozone there. If this chlorine joins this reaction, joins this equation, it produces chlorine monoxide, and this chlorine monoxide can destroy, one molecule can destroy 10,000 to 1 lakh ozone molecules. This is enough. So if you want to kill ozone cloud there, ozone cloud you want to remove or deplete or destroy there, the chlorine is enough to inject chlorine there, it will destroy automatically. So this is the dangerous thing and very, very important part of this entire lecture. So this one thing we learn, we understand, then we will be careful. Okay, and these are the depleting substances, are what I told: chlorofluorocarbons, carbon tetrachloride, methyl chloroform, and these are the substances or gases with this kind of human activity. Suppose huge usage of refrigerators. Why in this slide in this slide, the option concentration is very good. And also one more slide, you see here, during 80s and 90s, 13.7 surface temperature, because there was no air conditions. There was no ACs those centuries. But now
Sir, you are not audible, sir. Sir, you are disconnected, sir. Jaitananda, sir. Ravindra, sir.
Sir is joining. He's trying to reconnect again. Kindly wait for a minute.
Okay, sir. Right.
Dear participants, while Sir will connect back, in the meanwhile, if you have any queries, feel free to share in the chat box.
Anybody can ask any
So am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Sir, you are audible.
I think I request Ravindra Garu to share that screen, that presentation I shared to Ravindra Garu, so that he can share the screen. I can talk on that because there is some issue, network issue, I don't know, with my computer. So I will continue with this mobile phone.
Okay, sir, you continue your session. I will be sharing PPT name.
You share presentation, yeah. Keep that slide number 7. You can share it because this cannot be. So we were, thanks to whatever technical error, but it's a good break for all of you, because generally classes for students, you should give a little break. So whatever it is, because ozone we are talking about the ozone layer, and what I feel, that is only reason for every one of us, that we are doing everything on this planet Earth because of ozone only. So with whatever you got it, this break also, you consider it is the gift from ozone, because the whole life of ours is a gift from ozone layer. So that is why these two things I told in the beginning, who is the universal saver for all the biolife on planet Earth is what? That is called ozone layer. That is our topic today. So this so we could understand the reason for depletion of ozone layer, which is chlorine molecules or chlorine particles or chlorine atoms or chlorine gas reaching the tropo and stratosphere border, where this ozone phenomena of sunlight combining with oxygen combination, would chlorine joins one molecule of chlorine monoxide will destroy 10,000 to 1 lakh ozone molecules. So how many chlorine monoxide molecules will form will be decided in the depletion will be decided by that. So more chlorine reaching this ozone, that area, that distance. So then that ozone layer automatically will deplete there, because each chlorine monoxide will kill so many lakhs of molecules of ozone molecules. Now the dangerous things which are causing this producing chlorine gases is nothing but this chlorofluorocarbons is the most dangerous thing, and very, very important top thing you should remember is CFCs. Anybody, anywhere you come across CFC gases means that is called chlorofluorocarbons. Then of course this tetrachloride, carbon tetrachloride, methyl, and I was talking about the computer cabinets, because the entire IT, it is in the new millennium lifestyle on planet Earth, that everywhere this computer cabinets is part of our life, and it became a part of our living object in a house or in a working place. So that computer cabinets also, in preparing, producing this kind of substances are all used in these things. That cabins, the tennis rackets, and steering wheels, that means more the vehicles, the steering wheels, solvents, propellants, synthetic rubber, dyes. And for one more thing I have to say, you see, few years back, there was no vinyl or a hoarding or a banner. Now you see everywhere, in every village, every remote place, banners are there. Sir, you can go to the 7th slide. Slide number 7. This is the 8th, I think. Okay, fine. This is also fine. No. Before. Good. Yeah. This is that bottom. The human activity, we have to observe it here. This is all happening in the new millennium or in 20th and 21st centuries. Human activity is that is mentioned in that brackets. So at least our scientists could realize, could understand what is the cause of emitting this chlorine and the CFCs, and this is the human activity. And that means we should be careful about this activity. So only the life on planet Earth is in the hands of human only. Unfortunately, human being is only one creature among millions of biological life on planet Earth. Out of millions of creatures, human being is only one creature. But this entire negative activity, harmful activity, being produced by this human being alone. That is what we have to realize. So only humans are answerable, responsible for depletion of ozone layer indirectly. Now what scientists are suggesting is, instead of this chlorofluoro, you substitute by this hydrochlorofluorocarbons and hydrofluorocarbons and like this hydrocarbons. So next slide, sir. So this is substitutes. The next slide is Ravindra garu. Just move on to next slide. So we understood one is how ozone is forming technically, nothing but with chemical equation also, reaction also we should understand. Ravindra garu, you can take it to next slide. That means forming of ozone cloud, how it forms. Second thing, how it depletes. What is the reaction for depletion, and what will cause that depletion? We understood. So knowing this and different centuries and the human activity and all, observing these damages, the world, okay, in the 1987, in that 20th century, okay, 24 nations, they entered in a protocol that is called Montreal Protocol to reduce the production of chlorofluorocarbon, that is CFC gases and halogens, which are dangerous or which are causing depletion of ozone layer. So these are few things. Okay, so you should stop producing this CFCs and halogens. But only thing is the lack of discipline in the, you say anybody, you say human as an individual or the local, the country system, the government governing system, administrative system, and individual discipline of the human beings, because we lack of education. We learn only our education. Ultimately, what we feel is education is only for earning. So we should complete a degree, then a postgraduate degree or a PhD, so that I get better scale or better job, better earning, better. So our focus is on, see, education is not leading to the real education, that is realization of what is the danger to this entire bio life on the planet. We always think about ourselves. With the interesting factor among human beings is, human beings cannot think for entire human community. Within their community, as a self-centered, every individual thinks about that self only. We don't think first, we don't think about the entire human community. Then imagine the entire human community in the planet Earth is only one creature. But what about other millions of creatures? When we are only one of them, only thing is we have got a different ability to understand, to learn, to do, to invent, to make our life more comfort, more happiness, everything, because we have got that power, that ability compared to other creatures. But we are not realizing that we are spoiling ourselves. Along with us, the millions of creatures are going to die on this planet Earth. Because what happens if this chlorines and all these dangerous CFCs will reach this layer and it depletes, that harmful radiation will resurface of Earth, then maybe human beings can live for a few years under the ground. Within the ground, you can build some houses. Already in developed countries, there are railway tracks, there are bus tracks, there are life, there are hotels inside the earth crust. Inside, that means earth, morphology, subsurface of earth also there is a life. That is a different life, natural life, but human entered there also. So this is how now few solutions here we are proposing. Again, it is common worldwide. What are those is? So you have to reduce the vehicular transport by so that vehicular pollution you can reduce. How to reduce? Every year the number of vehicles in Hyderabad, number of vehicles in every city, number of vehicles in every interior rural, pure rural area is also polluted today because of four-wheelers, two-wheelers, three-wheelers, everywhere. So it is increasing. So ultimately, whatever is proposed here, written here in this slide, it is ultimately with poor education and without discipline, without realization that we are not only the creatures on planet Earth, the planet Earth is for so many other creatures. So without realizing that, we only think of, so we never go as a, like I am happy, I was told by your Parveen madam that 3-4 faculty members goes from Kurnool to Nandikot College. Suppose if all 4 people goes by 4 vehicles, but of course it is not for the reason of the environmental reason, it is for economic reason. She told that also. That is the human nature. We are not thinking beyond income, beyond comfort. Beyond income, beyond comfort, what is there is called life. We are not thinking about life. If we think life, then we will think about who is reason for life on planet Earth. That's called ozone layer. You believe God, you believe God of one community, God of another community, whatever. But actually everyone has to believe, including you, me, and every life living creature should treat ozone as God. Ozone as something savior to everything. So whatever is mentioned here is known to you. You have to reduce these CFCs from industries. You should plant more trees. Okay, that means start from your own house. Don't expect and plant somewhere. Along with that, community activity should also take up. Individual activity, like every human being should check how many trees in my lifetime I could plant on this planet Earth. Do you have a count? That you should have it. Similarly, and this using pesticides and these things, chemicals, that is the most dangerous, because the entire planet, one third is only the land mass, and that entire 3 parts is water. Within this land mass, the majority portion is vegetation. That entire vegetation, if you insect the chemicals or whatever it is, the agriculture, that is again causing the CFCs. And you see here the vinyl prints, banners, the chemicals, dyes, all these are all because of our, why people, when we are going to schools and colleges, there was no banner anywhere. But today you see everywhere, including a remote village, there will be a banner. There is a function there, there will be a banner. Without banner, no function will be celebrated in the world today. I don't know about the world, but at least in India. Even if it is an interior hamlet which doesn't have a road, but there will be a banner there. So this is what we have reached. Now go to the next slide, Ravindra Garu. Just 1 or 2 in just another 2 minutes. So this is called green cover development. So here, one small thing I will say here. See, the planting trees. This is one very simple solution. That, as I told just now, you should have an account of your own, not that how much you lakhs or how much things you earned, learned, and vehicles or whatever facilities you achieved in your lifetime. Just pose a question that how many plants you could plant in your lifetime, so that is only good thing you are doing, not for you, for the remaining world, for the other human life or other bio life. This is only good thing. Except yourself you are doing, but of course when it is for human community, it is for you also. Therefore, this is one simple and universal solution, raising plants. If you raise in your private land, it is called afforestation. If you do plantation within forest area, it is not afforestation, because forest is meant for growing trees and plants. and growing plants within, that means outside the forest, that is in Patta land, that is called afforestation activity. And another thing is, the next slide may mention few good species here, which will, for example, this is a small eye opening for the government, state governments. I recently heard about from your AP minister also, your that deputy chief minister who holds this environment and forest, that Cono pro corpus, one kind of trees, generally government do the plantation during Haritaharam or Vanam Manam in Andhra Pradesh. So you have to have a scientific reason, scientific study on what kind of species you should encourage, so that which produces good oxygen. That means it will minimize greenhouse gases and producing good oxygen. That is called oxy-rich plants. In-house, these are all plants in-house at home, plants in the field. So I mentioned here, I am very happy to share this presentation also through your faculty. Okay, so at least now I hope you realize who is the life savior for all of us. Not only all of us, means all the biolife. A mosquito or any bacteria which goes into our body, comes from our body, whatever it is, that is also life, that is all living organism. So like that, so very small living things to big living things, everything. But ultimately, for entire this universe, I'm not talking about universe, I'm sorry, it is only for planet Earth. The savior of planet Earth is ozone layer. When the savior is ozone layer, then you realize what is its significance, what is its importance. So keeping this in mind, at least in our daily activity, day-to-day activity, we should just have a small thing in your mind that what I am doing, is it something friendly to the environment or it is against to the environment? That is what we have to realize and do every activity. There will be really there will be a change in your activity, in your lifestyle. So I must thank here, because I took all the time, because the other presenter speaker would not reach. Actually, he was suddenly picked by some official program visiting Nalgonda, and he is on the way. And you know, in Hyderabad, he told just half an hour back he is in the Hyderabad in the border like that, but it is not possible in city. So whatever reason, so this is what for you today from my side. So I once again thank all these organizers of this program, and this particularly Ravindra Garu, who has given a wonderful platform. And this was there in the YouTube also. Now lastly, I just want to, I already shared with your faculty, Parveen Madam, there is a conference every year, because I belong to Pure Earth Foundation, I am the president of it. We organize national level conference every year twice, in the month of April and in the month of November. Every April and November every year in the fourth Saturday, but that date every time we'll announce. This year, November 23rd is the fourth Saturday. There is a conference, and the focal theme is on forests, environment and forests. So wonderful topic. Everybody, I am very happy to announce there is a name I observed, one Shravani from Nandikotpur College, who registered to this conference. That means it is nothing new to you, you are aware. So I request you, the other students also register. See, there is no registration fee. It is free program. And what is that it is an advantage is, you have to come up with a subtopic, something related to this environment and forest, anything, and preferably something done by you, something observed by you, than simply cutting and pasting from an internet. This month end, September month end, the people who registered and willing to submit a paper, they will be given a session on how to write research paper also. The objective of the conference is to give research, how to initiate research, what is research, and how to write a paper. And this activity and this kind of thing will be an added advantage on your profile. Everybody coming out from degree, everybody writes BSc, BSc, next MSc, next doctor. But in your profile, you will write few papers. I presented a paper in so-and-so national conference. I got an award, first prize. I was adjudged as a best paper award, something like that. You will be getting by participating in this. Because why we started is every conference, including today, let us call the webinar. Because I was working in a domain called scientific consulting, this, that, environment and space technology, or the geographical information systems like that. And your college invited me. And you are all audience there. But in every conference, every webinar, every seminar, you are the audience. When you will talk, you will present. And I know the students will have more power, more thinking, because you are focused. For example, your Parveen madam or myself, or any faculty of yours. We have our own responsibilities, own focus on other things, along with the study and education and research. But your job is only study and some innovation, some research, everyday newspaper, everyday in a movie or somewhere, you will see different innovations. How they are coming, this is coming from young brains only. So there is a wonderful, great opportunity for all of you, particularly student community, to prepare a research paper and present like this in online. So I spent 1 hour, more than 1 hour today. You will be given 10 minutes or 15 minutes to present your paper. So this kind of opportunity, we want to give the entire student community of this country. Therefore, we started with our foundation. It's one activity in our foundation. So that students should be given opportunity to present their research work, speak about their innovation, something like this. So the brochure will be shared by Dr. Parveen madam, and please go through. Even if you feel that you can't prepare, you join the conference and observe how the first year engineering students, you are also graduates, they are also engineering, both are same age, how they will present their work, present their paper. So you will get exposure. Then you come powerfully with next year. It will happen, I told, every year twice. So this is what I want to add in the end. Now I will hand over to our madam. Thank you, madam, for giving opportunity and inviting me for this webinar. I'm very happy because the Nandikotpur is also a place I visited once. So it's nothing new for me. Thank you very much. Thank you all the online participants and all the students. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Please take over, madam.
Any of the participants wish to interact with Jayachandra sir? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Certainly, if anybody want to ask a question, please.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
You mentioned that nitrogen is also harming, but
Yes.
nitrogen is also protecting the UV rays to come to the earth.
No. Nitro. That is why what I told here, the most danger is chlorine, and these are also to certain extent they are harmless, but a dose is more the nitrogen dose. Even hydrogen, you see, sir, it is a very good question because you are a faculty or whatever research. You see here, what is the substitutes? Hydrochloro for chlorofluorocarbons. If you add hydro, it is a substitute. But hydrogen is also in excessive doses. So here it is in excessive doses of hydrogen, bromine. But even minimum dose of chlorine is very dangerous. So we'll go to the next question, sir.
What about nitrogen?
No, that's what I'm saying, sir. Nitrogen in excessive doses. Nitrogen, hydrogen, and bromine in excessive doses, that will also create harmful for depleting this ozone layer. But
Because maximum-
nitrogen is a wonderful element for entire vegetation to grow. Nitrogen, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
nitrogen presence in the troposphere is 78% nitrogen only.
78%. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is there in the atmosphere. But we are
Yeah.
talking about the stratosphere beginning of stratosphere.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. So let us
Thank you.
go to
Thank
another
you.
any students.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ghanshyam Das ji.
Okay, ji.
So there is a student there.
Our student Sabah third regency wanted to speak something about this event.
Madam, give them mic so that I can hear.
Good afternoon, sir.
Madam, hold your mic closely. Ma'am, hold your mic close. See, if I don't hear the question, I cannot answer.
Nowadays, our UV radiation is mostly
Madam, somebody, because this is not audible. This is not audible. I don't know. Parveen, madam, can you ask her to sit there and speak? Yeah.
Sir,
Keep,
is it audible now, sir?
Mama, keep your mic close to your. Yes, good.
Sir, now?
Yes. Now it is totally disconnected. Ma. Are you student or faculty?
Yes, sir. I'm a student.
Now.
And I go to
Okay. Please, now you ask.
sir, ultraviolet radiation is absorbed by the ozone layer. UV radiation absorbed చేసుకుంటున్నాయి ozone layer of తెలుసుకోలేదు. So by this only we get skin cancers.
Maybe I request Parveen to repeat that question. Maybe.
Do I say in English?
Parveen, madam, please, can you ask the same question? What is our question? Please, you speak about that question. Because your microphone is somewhere, and your mic is very far from your microphone.
Yeah.
Why only?
Yeah.
Why only? Skin,
Yeah.
We say that skin cancers are possible by UV radiation. Why?
Okay.
Because the ozone hole is depleted. Why is that so, sir? Why only skin cancers are possible by UV radiation when ozone hole happens? That's my question.
No. Yeah. Okay. So that is skin cancer. If ozone hole happens, because see, you only telling the different energy there, UV radiation, out of the radiation bands there, which are not able to penetrate through ozone cloud. Any possibility is there for only UV radiation. Actually, to be specific, some percentage of UV radiation is also entering the atmosphere. Some very minute percentage entering, because if you observe the bands that are there above light, above visible, that is UV, ultraviolet, and that is X-rays, gamma rays, and then that is all. So the possibility with depletion of ozone layer, the radiation that can enter is the UV radiation. And UV radiation, here that electromagnetic spectrum, each radiation has got different uses and different damages. Different uses are there, different negative damages are there. So this UV radiation that can, our body cells, blood cells are, the entire human body is made up of cells only. Okay, particularly it will spill this mitochondria or whatever that within that human cells. For example, what is the cancer? It is nothing but without control, anything growing, multiplying the atoms. The muscle, how you grow, a person body with 10 kilos to 20 kilos means, putting on weight means, he is increasing its muscle, increasing its whatever cells is increasing. This increasing will not be in controlled way. It will continuously grow without stop. So this UV radiation will break that control, and the cells will be multiplying, and the cancer is nothing but which you, for example, you operate a small object from your body, it again grows, it will not stop. So this kind of phenomena, that means the UV radiation will damage your blood cells or human body, whatever the fundamental cells, you can say, they are all made up of cells. So the radiation that first will enter with the depletion of ozone layer is UV radiation. I don't know exactly the answer you could find from my explanation or not, but this is what, because the first layer next to visible is UV, and UV is already certain percentage entering our atmosphere. Even satellites are operating in ultra blue. What is the visible in the lowest wavelength is blue, then green, then red, then IR. The less than blue is called ultra blue. So ultra blue, or it is called ultra, means is ultraviolet. So that ultraviolet radiation, if that means the first thing that will comes from the Earth atmosphere, though the next wavelengths are very short, they cannot penetrate, there is a possibility if any depletion damage to ozone layer, first harmful radiation is UV only, UV radiation only. I don't know whether you got the answer from my, that's the question also. So, okay, Amma, can we move on to any other person? Or you can ask me later also. You can take my contact.
Okay.
Certainly, I have that.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, Amma, welcome.
Sir, good morning. This is Triveni, first year BSc Computers.
Okay.
I have no doubt, sir. Who discovered the ozone layer and who gave the name of ozone?
Very good, beautiful question, because I don't know the answer. This is what I want from students. See, I told beginning of your class, I told one thing. ఏమని ఓ పెద్ద నువ్వు మంచి మాట చెప్పాడమ్మా, ఎవరు చెప్పారో నాకు తెలియదు, కానీ నేను విన్నది ఆయన ఉషశ్రీ గారే. అలాగే నేను మీలాగా చదువుకునేటప్పుడు ఓజోన్ గురించి మా ఫిజిక్స్ లెక్చరర్ మన సబ్జెక్ట్ లో, బికాస్ ఇది ఎవరో ఇన్వెంట్ చేసింది. ఇన్వెంట్ అంటే మన కంటిన్యూస్ సైంటిఫిక్ డెవలప్మెంట్ లో ఇన్వెంట్ చేశారు కాబట్టి దాని గురించి ప్రస్తావించారు బుక్స్ లో, మనం దాన్ని చదువుకుంటూ నేర్చుకుంటాం. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఈ క్వశ్చన్స్, మీ క్వశ్చన్స్ వెరీ వెరీ గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్స్. ఏంటంటే స్పెసిఫిక్ డేట్ అడిగామనుకో, ఇప్పుడు నేను చెప్పలేను ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు కనిపెట్టారు సార్ ఓజోన్ లేయర్ అంటే, వీ కెనాట్ ఆన్సర్ ఇట్. అండ్ వెరీ వండర్ఫుల్. నౌ దట్ క్వశ్చన్ నేను చెప్పలేదు, నీకు గూగుల్ చెప్పేస్తుంది. హూ నేమ్డ్ ఓజోన్, who gave that word, who invented. So don't worry, నేను సిస్టమ్ మీద కూర్చొని కూడా ఆన్సర్స్ చేయొచ్చు, బట్ నేనే ఓపెన్ గా చెప్తున్నాను, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఇది మంచి, ఇట్లాంటి మీరు రీసెర్చ్ చేసింది ఇలాంటివే చేయండి. గుడ్ క్వశ్చన్, బట్ ఐఎమ్ నాట్ గివింగ్ ఆన్సర్ టు దిస్. యా,
The answer is John Forman, Frank Gardiner, and Jonathan Shanley. And also in some of the Google.
మీరు మైక్రోఫోన్ దగ్గర పెట్టుకోవట్లేదమ్మా, నాకే ఎవరికి వినిపించట్లేదు.
Google says that French physicists like Charles
ఇప్పుడు ఒకవేళ మీ క్వశ్చన్ కి, దిస్ ఇస్ నాట్ దట్ ఐ am the speaker and the remaining all are only listeners. So this can be, there are professors senior to me, many people. అతను ఎవరు, ఆయనకు వారికి ఎవరికైనా తెలిస్తే కూడా ఆన్సర్ చెప్పు. ఈ క్వశ్చన్ కరెక్ట్ గా మైక్రోఫోన్ దగ్గర పెట్టి అడుగు, అందరికి వినిపిస్తే మనకు ఒక ఆన్సర్ వచ్చేస్తుంది.
Okay, sir.
అడగండి మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి.
In Google, these questions were answered the Google. That call, the
Hmm.
discovery of the annual depletion of ozone above the Antarctic was first announced by Joe Farman, Brian Gardiner, and Jonathan Shankill.
సో అది ఒక ప్లేస్ లో, సో అట్ వన్ ప్లేస్. ఇప్పుడు మీకు ఒక చిన్న లింక్ ఇస్తాను నేను. అక్కడ అంటార్కిటికా, అక్కడ టెంపరేచర్ కండిషన్స్ క్లోజ్ టు దట్ ఏరియా. మనం ఇందాక ఒక స్లైడ్ లో ఏం చూసామమ్మా, 55, 56, -56 సెంటిగ్రేడ్ టెంపరేచర్ దగ్గర ఓజోన్ ఫార్మేషన్ ఎక్కువ జరుగుతుంది. అది సర్ఫేస్ దగ్గర లేదు కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ జరుగుతుంది. నౌ మీరు చెప్పిన ఈ గూగుల్ సెర్చ్ లోనే మనకు ఆ డిప్లీషన్ ఎక్కడ పాసిబిలిటీ ఉంది, ఎక్కడ ఓజోన్ ఫార్మేషన్ ఉంటుందో డిప్లీషన్ కూడా అక్కడే ప్రాబ్లం ఉంది. ఎందుకంటే దిస్ హార్మ్ఫుల్ chemicals or gases from human activity from surface of Earth, if it reaches there, so వీళ్ళ అబ్జర్వేషన్ లో అక్కడ డిప్లీట్ అవుతుంది, అక్కడ డైల్యూట్ కాన్సంట్రేషన్ తగ్గుతుంది. అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ టెక్నికలీ రీజనబుల్, బట్ దట్ వాట్ యు రెడ్ ఈస్, దట్స్ వై ఐ టోల్డ్ ఇన్ నెట్ వీ విల్ ఈజీలీ ఐడెంటిఫై, ఇట్ విల్ బి అబ్జర్వ్డ్ దేర్, బికాస్ ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ కూడా అలాంటి ప్లేసెస్ లోనే కండక్ట్ చేస్తారు. So, okay, that is connected to that question only. Okay, something else? మీరు ఫర్దర్ గా దాంట్లో స్పెషల్ గా ఇంకో పేపరు, ఇంకొంచెం డెప్త్ గా ఏదన్నా కొంచెం మీరు స్టడీ చేసుకున్న టాపిక్ లాగా కూడా తీసుకొని డెప్త్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, దట్ ఈస్ మీరు ఎలా కలెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారో అలా చేయాలి. సో చూడండి, ఇంకెవరన్నా క్వశ్చన్ ఉంటే ఓకే, ఆర్ అదర్వైజ్ దానికన్నా కూడా మేము ఈ యాక్టివిటీ చేస్తాము అంటే దట్ ఈస్ మోర్ హ్యాపీ ఫర్ మీ. సో మీ కాలేజ్ క్యాంపస్ ఉంది, ఒక మంచి ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ మంచి అంబియన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం, మేమందరూ కంట్రిబ్యూట్ చేస్తాం. మా కాలేజ్కి ఎవరు వచ్చినా దాన్ని ఒక వండర్ఫుల్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఫ్రెండ్లీ, మా కంట్రిబ్యూషన్ ఫర్ ఓజోన్ లేయర్ కి సపోర్ట్ గా మా వంతు ఇది అనే పని మీరు టేకప్ చేస్తే ఐ విల్ బి మోర్ హ్యాపీ. Not only me, everybody will be happy. Okay, you want to see your great grandchildren, వాళ్ళు హ్యాపీగా ఉండాలి అంటే మనం ఏదో చేసుకోవాలి. మనము స్పాయిల్ చేసి మన సెల్ఫిష్ పర్సన్ చేసేది వెళ్ళిపోవడం కాదు. మన గ్రేట్ గ్రాండ్ చిల్డ్రన్, వాళ్ళ గ్రేట్ గ్రాండ్ చిల్డ్రన్ కూడా ఈ భూమి మీద ఉంటే, బై ఛాన్స్ ఇప్పుడు మన వాళ్ళు చెప్తుంటారు మన కల్చర్ లో మనమే మళ్ళీ పుడతామేమో అని. మనం మళ్ళీ పుడితే అప్పటికి ఉండాలి కదా భూమి, అందులో లైఫ్ అనేది. కాబట్టి మనం బ్యాక్ టు సర్ఫేస్ రావాలంటే మనం అర్థం ఈ రోజు కూడా మనం ప్రొటెక్ట్ చేయాల్సిన రోల్ మనం ప్లే చేయాలి. అట్లాంటి మంచి యాక్టివిటీ టేకప్ చేయండి. ఈజ్ ఏ వండర్ఫుల్ థింగ్ దట్ వి రియలైజ్ వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఓజోన్.
In addition to Dr. Jayachandra Garu, I have shared the link in the chat box. You can go through the entire timeline, how this concept of ozone was taken up by United Nations Environment Program. You can just go through that and you will get all the details. Thank you.
Very good, sir. Thank you. So, sir has shared one beautiful link. So much is there. See, it is because instead of talking something not connected to us, so I have chosen some basics as a physics background to us. So, but so much videos and so much literature, so much information. One of the links sir has already shared, and this whole program will come out as a YouTube video also. So later sir will share college. So any more, Parveen madam?
Namaste, sir. Jayachandra Garu, Andhra Pradesh.
Over to madam.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Very nice, very simple. But some questions we cannot come into conclusion. So without AC, without refrigerator, we cannot survive nowadays. So how can we prevent the ozone layer? Hello?
Madam,
Are you able,
that yeah, we are very seriously trying to listen you because your microphone maybe that system, and we are understanding that you are asking something, you are explaining or asking something. Please, can you please repeat and come to close to that microphone?
Okay, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
without AC, without refrigerator,
Yeah.
we cannot survive.
Yes.
Nowadays, dyes also very important. And synthetic dyes also come into the society. So how we can prevent the depletion of ozone layer?
Madam, see, for example, your question, your answer, both are there. Both are there. How I will explain. The present usage of what all you mentioned, which is already causing damage or emitting that harmful gases, we are able to survive at this condition. You are at least some percentage of AC refrigerator, every household refrigerator and AC at least 50%, or say 30% in this world population households you are having. If you feel this is also okay, even you stop at this stage, don't extend further. See, this is what we have to learn. You told one small thing, that is, this is mandate. Madam, for your parents, you are about to retire. I am also some elderly persons. We know our parents, do they use refrigerator and AC in their tenure, their life may know. They lived happily. That means a few decades back, with zero refrigeration, zero air condition, the human life, everything was wonderful environment. That means there is a tolerance level that we can limit and stop. I'm not saying to stop from today, don't use vehicles, don't use AC, don't use all this. We should be in a limited space. We have to, that means we should not extend further. Extend further is going to damage more. See, more, that means you increase, the same curve will increase. The danger also will increase. The depletion, everything. Tomorrow, if this radiation reaches surface of a harmful, where you have to go, I told you, that means you have to go the underground. Because only the surface, the soil, where the radiation cannot penetrate. The soil cannot penetrate after a certain thickness. That means you have to live inside the earth crust. Instead of that, don't go to that situation. You try to control your this usage and production. It's only a control measure. Not that we should stop here. We are comfortable today, all almost there. If we increase it further, the more damage, more danger is there by seeing its growth. It's only, that is why I'm saying that it is needed. At the same time, it is needed at a tolerance level. So that is what I feel I can answer to you. So that means we should use everything with the limited. For example, excessive use of certain things. But what is the necessity for us? We don't require. So even vehicles also, some countries, I told one word, discipline. Some countries, the governance brought that people should move in, community. That means like buses or this kind of train, community transport. Not permitting individual, and they permit individual only one day. You are allowed to move on your own car only Sunday. Remaining days, you people can go by the communal transport only, community transport only. Is a kind of activity that reduces vehicular pollution. Is it stopping the human lifestyle? You are maintaining your car, you are maintaining everything, but you are using for limited. So that means some kind of measures, limitations, and disciplines that we should impose on ourselves, keeping our future generation to survive. They should also find earth for their life. So this is only a kind of, like Narendra Modi will give a statement that don't use single-use plastic, single-use plastic. Government says, but everywhere it is available. But suppose if it is made a rule that it should not be produced in this country, it will be stopped. No, they are giving, don't use. If it is available, you are using. If it is stopped, if nowhere it is produced for one-time use plastic. Your bucket is plastic. Your any house made 50% foods are plastic. You can use it, but one-time use and throwing you should not use means if that production is stopped, will it affect human life? Don't affect. It won't affect. Use that plastic, keep it for 1 year. If something is there, bucket you don't throw for 50 years also. So plastic bag you take to get the vegetable. Why to carry back? So this kind of change of thinking, change of policy, change of discipline should be brought in human community. That is important. So thank you, madam. You asked a very good question. So
thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Jayachandra garu.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
So our Raghupati Reddy garu, the academic coordinator, lecturer in political science, will present vote of thanks, sir.
So a very good evening to all, and respected our beloved principal, Dr. Sunita Garu, and respected organizers, Department of Physics and Department of Chemistry, and respected other faculty members, and respected other esteemed participants, and my dear students. Sir, today it is very, very interesting topic, and it is present burning topic at the global level, sir. But Dr. K. Jayachandra, who is the president of Pure Earth Foundation, Hyderabad, sir, your presentation is a wonderful presentation, sir, you have given. But you have covered more important burning points, sir. One is why environment a hot topic in recent times, sir. So why radiation is increasing day by day. So you have explained very clearly, and also planets, and also spectrum, all the planets and atmospheres, and different kinds of layers and their importance. You have covered all these important things, sir. And also you have explained very clearly about the significance of atoms, sir. And also what are the precautions and what are the solutions. So you have explained in your presentation very clearly, sir. And also one more important thing, also you have covered green cover development. So that is essential, sir. Everyone should follow, everyone should maintain a green cover development. So when we develop a green cover development, definitely we can protect the depletion of ozone layer, sir. So thank you very much, sir, for sparing very valuable time, sir. Thank you, one and all.
thank you.
Thank
you, everyone.
Sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll leave the
Hello. Sir, feedback link will be shared in the group, WhatsApp group. You fill this form. You will get the certificates tomorrow. All the participants, please fill that feedback form, which will be shared in the WhatsApp group. Sir, can we close the program, sir? Ravindra, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Congratulations to the entire team.
Thank you for your cooperation, sir. You are very kind. We were late today. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.